This brutal and terrifying story about the Amalekites is a result of what happens when you go against God and His chosen. The reason for the brutality was because of the promise God made to Abram, as seen in Genesis 12. Also, the results of being even partially disobedient to God. Here's the story of the Amalekites' destruction. A king stands on the edge of total victory, that everything is about to collapse, not because of an enemy army, not because of betrayal from within, but because of one single act of disobedience. Tonight, we step into the dusty pages of 1 Samuel chapter 15, the story that changed Israel's future forever. The question isn't just what happened, it's why did it have to end this way? And the answer might shock you. Stay with me, because the suspense builds until the very last moment. It all starts with a promise. Saul, Israel's first king, tall, handsome, chosen by God Himself. The prophet Samuel had anointed him, saying, "The Lord has made you king over His people." Saul had victories. He defeated enemies. The people loved him. But God was watching closely. And now a new command arrives, one unlike any before. Samuel delivers God's word. "I will punish Amalek for what he did to Israel, how he ambushed them on the way out of Egypt." Remember the Amalekites? Centuries earlier, as Israel escaped slavery, weak and weary, the Amalekites attacked from behind, targeting the stragglers, the elderly, the children. God swore then their judgment would come. Now the time has arrived. The command is crystal clear, brutal, uncompromising. Go attack Amalek. Utterly destroy everything they have. Do not spare them. Kill man and woman, infant and nursing child, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. Total destruction. No spoils, no survivors, no exceptions. This was divine judgment carried out by Israel's sword. Saul gathers 210,000 warriors. He marches to the Amalekite city. He even spares the Kenites, allies of Israel, warning them to leave. The stage is set for total obedience, a total disaster. The battle rages. From Havilah to Shur, east of Egypt, Saul strikes. The Amalekites are defeated. Bodies litter the ground. Victory seems complete, but then something shifts. Saul and the people spare Agag, the king. They keep the best sheep, oxen, fatlings, lambs, everything good. They destroy only what is worthless. Why? Greed, pride, the temptation of profit, or something deeper. The Bible doesn't say they felt pity. They slaughtered men, women, children, but kept the king alive, perhaps for ransom, glory, or trophy. And the livestock. It's too good to waste, they thought. God sees, and God grieves. The word comes to Samuel. Saul has not performed my commandments. God's heart is broken. The king He chose has rejected His voice. Samuel sets out at dawn to confront him, dreading what he must say. Saul beams. "I have obeyed," he declares. He even built a monument to himself. But Samuel hears the lowing of oxen, the bleating of sheep. He asks the question that hangs in the air like a blade. What then is this bleating of the flock in my ears, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? Saul stammers. They spared the best. Sacrifice to the Lord your God. Samuel's response cuts deep. Has the Lord as much delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Then the hammer falls. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, He also has rejected you from being king. Saul grabs Samuel's robe in desperation. It rips. Samuel turns away coldly. Saul pleads, "I have sinned. I feared the people and obeyed their voice." He begs Samuel to honor him before the elders, to pretend all is well. Samuel agrees, but only outwardly. Samuel summons King Agag. Agag comes cheerfully, thinking surely the bitterness of death is past. Samuel draws his sword. "As your sword has made women childless, so shall your mother be childless. He hacks Agag in pieces before the Lord. Then Samuel leaves Gilgal, never to see Saul again. Though he mourns him, the bond is broken. Why did this happen? Not because the command was too hard, not because Saul lacked power, but because partial obedience is disobedience. Saul did most of it. He won the battle. He destroyed most, but he redefined God's word to suit himself. He feared man more than God. He valued gain over obedience. And in that moment, pride, self-deception, rebellion, God removed the kingdom from him. The irony, later, an Amalekite would claim to finish Saul's life, the very people he was meant to eradicate. 1 Samuel 15 isn't just ancient history, it's a warning. God doesn't want our excuses, our partial efforts, our redefinitions. He wants full obedience from the heart, because when we hold back even a little, we risk losing everything. What about you? Where have you said, I obeyed, mostly? The story ends in tragedy for Saul, but points forward to the perfect king who would obey completely, even to death. One command ignored changed a kingdom. What command are you hearing today? Subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming next.